So today we are with, what's your name, sir?
My name's Charlie.
Charlie, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay considering the situation that I'm in.
How old are you, Charlie?
I'll be 60 this June.
60 this June, and what brought you to the streets?
About 3 years ago, I was hit head on by a woman in a car wreck, and I was in trauma care for over a month. I had spinal cord surgery, and I was paralyzed in my arms, and she didn't have no insurance, and I didn't either. And after I got out of the trauma care unit, I lost my apartment. I didn't have no car no more, and I was on the streets. And then I turned to drinking. Been drinking ever since. You know, it's kind of hard. But I started going to church 4 weeks ago, and things seem to be getting better. I go down to the creek side, take the right down here, and it's right down on the right. And I've been going to church for the last four weeks. I've been getting some assistance. I'm on a waiting list for a housing. I developed spinal stenosis due to the car wreck and spinal arthritis, and it's increasing at a really bad rate. My spinal arthritis, and they said in another 5 years I won't even be able to hold my head up. So I'm
probably get surgery or something.
I'm probably gonna have to have another couple surgeries, she said.
Do you have insurance to cover that? Or?
I have Medicaid. Yeah, I have through the government, but it's just been a battle, you know, living on the street and waiting for my apartment to become available. They just take their time, you know. But you know, I went through a lot of heartache, and I think that's what caused the drinking to come on. And I just started drinking, and kind of drowned out everything, you know.
All the problems.
All the problems. But when you wake up the next morning, they're there again. So,
like that.
And then I just do the same thing over and over, and that's what I've been doing for the last.
You can't hide from yourself.
That's what I've been doing for the last 2.5 years.
You'll have to face it one day.
But the woman that hit me head on, she had just got out of prison for hitting someone else with DUI.
So she was under the influence?
Yeah, she had just got out of prison doing 18 months for a DUI vehicular assault.
So did she go back?
Yeah, she got 18 months this time.
That's still nothing though.
Yeah, but you know, Ohio is very lenient on
drunk drivers.
Well, they're pretty much lenient on all crime. You know, you don't get a lot of time up here in Ohio. Someone where I'm from would have got 10 years.
Right. Where you from?
Tennessee.
What part?
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Is it better up there than here?
Well, I'm not saying it's better. You know, you have good people and you have bad people wherever you go.
Right.
I've had a lot of people help me here, but I kept going back to the drinking. You know, and
Are you trying to seek help for anything? Or
yeah, I went to Base Camp Recovery Center for a year, and I had about 9 months clean. The bottom just fell right back out. Yeah. You know, when you go into treatment, you can't stop, man. Even you think you know you got 9 months, a year, 2 years clean, it can come back and get you anytime. And so you got to stick with it, and I didn't do it. And I'm thinking heavily about trying it again, but I'm gonna stick with the church, and it seems like things are getting better. But it's just been rough, you know. I don't do drugs, heroin, fentanyl, none of that. Just the alcohol. And
are you living in a tent or are you on a?
I have a tent right back up behind the Holiday Inn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a nice tent. The fire department, Clintonville, the fire department brought me the tent.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, even in the wintertime, man, you can close it up, and I got a little Coleman heater in there that runs off propane, and I stay warm in the winter.
So you ain't had to worry about anybody trying to vandalize your tent?
Oh man, I've been robbed so many times while I'm not there. People go in and steal your stuff, but they never mess with my tent. Pretty big tent to haul out there.
Thankfully, they've left that alone, huh?
Yeah.
Will they leave your blankets and stuff too, or?
They just get. They don't get. They got my shoes sometimes, my food. They went in and got my beer. You know, I had 3 or 4 packs of cigarettes there. They got that too. But no, they never messed with my tent or anything. they're the ones who are out on crack and heroin and stuff.
So is it just you back there by yourself, or do you got?
No,
people?
there's another guy. He's about my age. He lives about I don't know, about 200 yards from me, but he's got half a leg.
Do you guys try to watch each other's back?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. He stays there a lot because he's only got one of his
Right.
legs are down to the knee. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about moving him maybe closer to you, just to, or?
No, I mean, I never really felt threatened, as far as my
Right.
life or anything like that. They don't come around when I'm there.
Okay.
It's just they'll see me out here and they'll sneak by and just to see what I got.
Just to go and see if there's any extra over there.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, but I don't leave my cigarettes or things like that no
Anything
more.
valuable to you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. See these shoes I got? I got a brand new pair for Christmas, and they got it like a week later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you try to go to like any like the free stores or anything that give like clothes? And
Yeah, I've been to the one on Parsons, the free store there,
Yep.
and got clothes and stuff. Yeah. And when I first become homeless, I went to the shelters. I stayed 3 days and said no more of that
Why only 3 days?
because
What was the reason?
They got rules. They got rules. Come on, Charlie.
no,
What was the reason?
because the staff don't monitor what goes on in there, the violence at night, the fighting, the beating, jumping people. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they get killed down there.
Yeah, and it's just I just said no more of
Get
this.
killed in the men's shelter.
You're getting too old to be around that kind of stuff.
Man, I'm too old to fight anymore.
yeah,
But
fights and
don't
stuff,
think I
right.
won't. But I don't want to.
Right,
I don't want no violence in my life.
You got a bunch of them young boys that ain't got nothing to lose.
I
at
know
that
it, man.
point.
And look,
Oh
man.
no, they're gonna be ready to kill you, bro. People
Yeah,
been stabbed in there all.
they'll
what
snatch you out of the bed in the middle of the night by your feet and just stomp you.
Right.
And for no reason. And the staff, they don't do nothing. And the police department's right beside
Well,
us.
so what do they do when stuff like that happens?
Nothing.
Was you at the Friends of the Homeless?
Yep.
Uh,
Friends of the right there on Main Street.
Right.
Yeah, you know a little bit about that.
I spent my time.
So you know what I'm talking about
yeah.
then. The
Oh,
staff
yeah.
don't do nothing there. They just sit there.
So what if they kill somebody though? What do
I
do?
mean,
Yeah.
they kill them.
But they just drag them out and.
I mean,
they
they're
don't-
gonna definitely call the police.
I mean, I've never seen no one get killed. And I've seen the cops come a few times when people got beat pretty bad. But most of the time, the police don't even do nothing.
So tell us about your upbringing, like in Tennessee, and then how you got to Ohio.
Well, I had a really great family. My dad died when I was 13. My mom's still alive, but she's very old. And I lived in Tennessee all the way up till I was 40. And I met a girl here and come up here and